Home Alone. Everyone knows the story of Kevin McAllister being home alone as a result of his parents forgetting him. Today, we're going to be ranking every Home Alone movie after the second movie to see which is the worst one and which is the best bad Home Alone movie. So let's start off with Home Alone 3. Now, Home Alone 3 came out in 1997, and originally Kevin was supposed to be in it, but he decided to turn down the role because he grew tired of the role, which Macaulay Culkin dodged a hell of a bullet there. And the first two were done by Chris Columbus. No, not the scumbag Chris Columbus, this Chris Columbus. And the others were directed by other directors. And this film was directed by, drumroll please, that guy that made Smurfs. God have mercy. The whole vibe is way different from the originals. There's a bunch of group of criminals carrying this top secret computer chip through the airport. This was before 9/11, so the security wasn't that strict. But for some reason they decided to put the chip in a toy car. Why not something else? Like a briefcase or something? I don't know, this was 1997. But anyways, there's a mix-up and it results in someone else getting a toy car. And the toy car with the chip in it goes to the main character Alex, as payment for cleaning up someone's driveway with snow. So the criminals try to find out where they live so they could take back the toy car with the chip in it. Alex has the chickenpox, so he's left home alone. He also has a rat for some reason. The original criminals break it to the person who gave him the toy, not knowing that she doesn't have it anymore, and Alex does the reasonable thing and call the fucking cops. But they take off before the cops can arrive, and they think that Alex is basically lying. So every time that he calls the cops, they flee. And they think Alex is fucking lying. It's been almost 30 minutes, but it feels like it's been going on for hours. Keep in mind, the second movie was 2 hours and it didn't feel this dead 30 minutes in. Alex keeps calling the cops on this guy who keeps breaking in. Everyone is being dicks despite him saying that he keeps seeing someone robbing their house. So by his logic, he should stop them, because no one else is going to do it. So he uses the toy car with a camera on it to detect the burglar stealing. Anyways, the robbers discover the toy car and try to steal it, but Alex takes it back to his house. Alex finds the computer chip in the toy and reports it, but everyone thinks that he's not full of shit, so the cops don't think anything of it. They get a call from the robbers, with the mom none the wiser to this, and they find out where Alex lives. So at this point, why not fucking destroy it? Like, just take it into the snow, boom, done. Alex sets up traps for the burglars to fail, and I swear, the comedy in this movie sucks. And you thought Kevin was a menace. Alex gives someone the electric chair and almost kills him. They also tie up the lady who was supposed to babysit Alex. And the traps can be outright lame, with this one spraying water at them. The FBI tells his parents about the chip and they start heading home. They lead them outside. He goes to the lady's house. He then pulls out a toy gun on him, who he thinks it's a real gun. The robbers backs off and then Alex gets a 6-figure check for turning the robbers in, and it ends. Boy, this is really boring, and not in like a funny boring way, it's like really boring. It's just plain boring. Like, this was actually like a slog to sit through. 4 out of 10, let's move on to the next one. This movie sees us return to Kevin, who's not played by Macaulay Culkin, with all the characters from the original being there but recasted. Marv returns as the robber again, but not Harry for some reason. The plot is Kevin's parents are divorced, with Kevin rewatching old Christmas videos with them together. Kevin's dad comes over and invites their kids to his house, but Kevin initially says no. After Kevin keeps getting bullied by Buzz, he decides to go to his dad's house, his dad is for apparently Bill fucking Gates because he has a whole fucking mansion. We then cut to Marv and his now wife. He is now the boss after Harry's plans led to them getting in jail, so he decides he's the boss now. Kevin arrived at his dad's mansion. Again, what does Kevin's dad even do to like be able to afford this nice mansion? But half the movie is just Kevin's dad and his stepmom leaving, and him kind of dicking around with rich people shit. With the main butler not liking him. With Marv and his wife planning to basically kidnap the prince, apparently. Again, what does Kevin's dad even do? So Marv and his wife plan to scope it out, and there's a lot of security cameras where... So Kevin detects Marv and his wife running into the front gate like a couple of amateurs. So because Kevin is illogical, he decides to destroy his whole house with water. Prescott, the butler, hates working there, and nobody believes him when he says Marv came to rob them. But later, he starts to gain along with his stepmom and dad. His dad starts explaining why they divorced. We then cut to this fancy party. Kevin is suspicious of Prescott being with the burglars, and he stops them. But he ruins everything. Just a little bit later, Kevin and Prescott get stuck in the wine cellar. Surprisingly, the nice butler was an inside woman, so they are both stuck in there. Prescott and Kevin start getting along during the scene, start setting up traps, Kevin's dad and his biological mom want to go check on him after calling them. After they catch him, Kevin and his family hug, and the bandits got arrested. Prescott resigns, and Kevin's dad goes back to his biological mom. Overall, this movie is alright. Don't get me wrong, the first two run laps around it, but it was okay. It was actually not that bad. Like, while the third one was really boring to the point of me almost falling asleep at certain points, this one actually held my attention, so a 7 out of 10 for that alone. So let's hope the fifth one will at least be okay. Let's just hope. The main character of this one is Finn, who is moving to a new town. Something to note is that there doesn't seem to really be like a Home Alone feel to this movie. Like, you can change the title to something else and nothing would change. Basically, his parents make him go touch grass and talk to people, and he finds out his parents' house is haunted. He's scared and he has a hyperactive imagination again. What the fuck is this movie? And then we have the robbers, one of them played by the Clockwork Orange guy, Malcolm McDowell. Finn is trying to convince his family that there's a ghost, so they can try to move back to California. But the robbers are there for art. Basically, they start robbing the house because there's a hidden safe in there that has like a valuable piece of art. One of the female robbers is trying to get back together with one of their exes. It's such a random plot point, but anyways, they come back and they still think there's a ghost, with the kid finding the safe later on, and finding the wine cellar. And the sister gets stuck in there while Finn talks to a guy on the game. While this is happening, the art stealers go back to their house to get the painting. The gamer guy gives them ideas for traps and the robbers thinks that the house is haunted. And the gamer guy is logical and tells his parents to call the police and phones his parents. In which we get a scene that ironically made me laugh. His parents are on the way and the robbers are in the vault. The sister plans to make an escape by locking them in the basement. The SWAT full on busts down the gamer guy's door for some reason. But they are chilling watching it go down, and the gamer guy is chill with his parents now. And his parents actually gave him a ticket to go see his parents because that was a plot point randomly, that the gamer guy couldn't see his parents because he's in college. Anyways, Finn makes a friend with that one kid down the street who somehow looks younger than him. He goes outside now and touches grass, and then the movie ends. This movie can be ironically funny at points. For that alone, it's better than 3, but I will still say 4 is better. But we have one more movie left, and I decided to have an awesome YouTuber cover it. His name is Sparkedout. His links will be in my description.
Home Sweet Home Alone is absolutely mind-numbing. It feels like a random Hallmark movie you forget a couple hours after watching. Fun fact, I watched this movie over 3 days and fell asleep watching it. I have never done that with any other movie, it's just that boring. It's also only an hour and a half, which just adds to the disappointment. It's not even that it's a really bad movie, it has cringy lines and below average acting at times, but it's solid. It's the fact that it's completely pointless, which makes it such a drag. I was originally going to talk about the plot, but there's not much to cover. A kid is home alone, people try to break in, he sets up traps, blah blah blah, you know the gist. But there's one major problem I have. It makes the villains more fleshed out than the kid. You shouldn't make us relate to the villains, then proceed to beat the shit out of them. All this accomplished is make me view the kid as a little dick. So their motivation is an expensive collectible that could have saved them from financial debt when missing. They suspect it to be a neighborhood kid and decide to break into his house to get it back. The kid, on the other hand, I don't know anything about. There's some scenes with him that just pointlessly rip off the original movie in an attempt to bring out nostalgia in millennials. Aside from that, there's 0 scenes that actually try to build him a character of his own. This movie hit a new level of forgettable. I watched it last night, and I can't remember anything else. Anyways, good job fucking up another franchise, Disney. 4 out of 10.
My final rankings would be, at the top is Home Alone 4, Home Alone 5, then Home Alone 6 at the number 3 spot. Just because Home Alone 3 was just that bad that it's getting the bottom. It's getting the bottom tier. It's just that bad and boring. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to Spark, and bye.